have a theory. A theory about the 100 baby challenge, and you have to hear me out because it's kind of weird. I think you could play this challenge in a tiny house. With the new tiny living pack, there are so many perks to living in a tiny home. What if we built one specifically designed for the 100 baby challenge? So you could get like double skills, double relationships, double comfort perks. Like you would have so much of an advantage in this challenge for living in a tiny house. And there are ways to kind of cheat and make the game think your house is smaller than it is. And I'm gonna try and do it and show you how. To make things a little bit more interesting, we're only gonna use tiny living in the base game because then you guys can actually play with it, hopefully. If it works. Let's not get our hopes up too high. So ideally, we have to try and sleep 8 Sims, but genuinely kind of more than that because we want to be able to have space to have like extra toddler beds or extra child beds depending on what you need. Listen, I've played this challenge for like 4 years on YouTube. I kind of know how I like to play and what I think I need for this. The question is just, can we get it tiny? Okay, I just got a random sim. I randomized all his traits and stuff so we could start off with a sim. He's jealous and hates children. I mean, oh, poor buddy. This is not the house for you then. All right, we're going 30 by 20 so we can have a big backyard. And we're getting 40K. Now, is it possible? I don't know. Let's talk this through though for a second. What do we need? Like, what's our list, right? Double bed for the parents. Ideally, like 3 toilets and 3 showers at least. Toddler potty, maybe 2. Bathtub. Skill building objects. Money making objects. I'm gonna say at least 4 teen child beds and 3 toddler beds. Ideally, honestly, like 5 teen or child beds because sometimes you might have like 4 toddlers but 3 teens, or you could have like all children. Like you never know how many of each sim you're gonna have, so you want to have space to like have extra beds. The monster under the bed light, you know, we have a lot of things to cover. We need space for them to all do their homework. Yeah, this should be interesting. Okay, but here's the fun trick about a tiny home. We're gonna aim for a tier 2 tiny house. Because with that, we'll get our skills double increasing, we'll get our cozy, everything twice as comfortable, we'll get to have lower bills, our Sims will be happier. So that's definitely the move. But the thing is, this is 64 tiles. So like, how are you gonna fit all of that into this? I'm just kind of placing objects we might need down to like get a feel for the scale of it. And look at this already. I mean, all the stuff we need to fit it into like this number of tiles. Oh boy, okay, we'll be fine. I think we have to be very strategic about this. So I'm thinking we need to like build the house based specifically on exactly what we need. We maybe aim for doing it like this. The kitchen island is probably a move because then we'll have more space for people to eat and also ideally like even use a laptop or something, you know? Your Sims can do homework there, they can sit there and eat. But here's where it gets a little bit more interesting because we can cheat tiles in this. And I fully intend to cheat tiles in this. Just for the record. See, if I add this giant bump out, we're already at 54 out of 64 tiles, but as soon as I delete the floor and start deleting walls in here, the game doesn't see it that way. To the game, it's just a big open space. But then, you know, I can't build a ceiling or make it count as a room, but I can put a roof on it, and it looks kind of weird inside, but like, if we try and do this sneaky split leveling trick, this is like a magical way to get so many extra tiles. See, like, something about it looks a little bit off, too. Like the flooring is darker, but when you actually place objects there, they aren't weird. So I don't know, I think we might be okay with this. Okay. It's the next day. I finally finished that build. I scrapped the weird thing I did before and I made something different and much better and bigger, honestly. So here is the beginning of my speed build for this tiny 100 baby challenge house. I kind of had this same thought process where I was going to try and base it off the size of the rooms that we need and then place like exactly the furniture we needed and try and basically minimize the space that we had. But we're going to do some sneaky workarounds with the number of tiles so that we could actually have some extra space. So this house is still technically 64 tiles. I did a lot of sneaky cheating with rooms. The rooms aren't even rooms. It's also not even split level, it's just open. And I figured out a way to even do it with doors. So like, it looks like a regular house. You wouldn't even know that I did this weird cheat if you looked at it. The floor is a little bit dark and weird, but the way I did it, it's only living space, and it looks like just a dark brown wood, but really it's fake. And the lighting is weird. But the furniture looks fine. It's just the floor that looks off, but I worked around that. So you'll see when we get through this build that it actually looks really cool and the floor plan's really fine. It has 2 bedrooms, one for all the kids and then one for the master. So the poor toddlers and teens and children must share all of their space. The babies can stay with mom in the master bedroom. And the bathrooms, there's 3 toilets, 3 showers, 2 sinks, a tub, and 3 toddler potties, all just in one room. I figured the bathtub would be used like just by the toddlers, so it isn't even closed off in a room, but all the little toilets and showers have their own little cubby rooms, which works out well for them, and I end up changing them so they aren't actually rooms because it was a waste of tiles, so I made it so that they're just, you know, empty spaces, basically. This whole thing is just constant fiddling to try and make use of the most tile space possible, including on the roof. I did a lot of fiddling, you see, with the roof to make it work properly so that I could fit 2 balconies, one in the front and one in the back, because I wanted to have that extra space to have my Sims be able to do homework and stuff. So I made like a homework room upstairs in the backyard on the balcony, and I put like a focus lamp, there's a desk, there's one of those little like chemistry table things. Use at your own risk. That is a major fire risk, but that's not my problem. So there's that upstairs. The front has like a couple garden pots, and it's got an easel. There's also a tiny, what I'm calling the room of doom, or maybe the shame room upstairs. There's like a little dormer, and I painted it all black on the inside, like black floors, black walls, and put 1 chair in the center of the room of doom. And that's for when your Sims irritate you. You can stick them in there and make them suffer. So we really have it all in this house. It also ends up being like 40,000 simoleons, so it isn't too expensive either. I mean, this is like a feasible kind of build, I think. The one like complaint I have with my own build is that it might not actually have enough beds for the teens and children. It's only got 4, and I feel like sometimes you might have like more children and teens than toddlers or babies, and so you might need like 5 or 6 beds for them. I prefer just to have lots of extra just in case, because in this challenge, your Sims are like constantly aging up and constantly growing up, and so you need to have like a bunch of extra beds for all the life states, because you never know when you need them, you know? But I think there's 3 toddler beds, maybe 4, and 4 teen beds. You can always add like a tent in the backyard if you wanted to. I mean, that's totally acceptable. Or maybe like a bed in the room of doom as a punishment for your Sims. I might do that, to be honest, put a bed up there, and you put your least favorite one in that room. Although, is it for the least favorite child or for the most favorite child? Because the room of doom is the only private room in the whole house. So maybe it's a good thing to be in there. I hadn't considered it that way. To be honest though, I had a lot of fun building this house, and it's so weird. It's like such an odd task to build a house for a challenge like this, because there's such specific needs that you need to fit. And so I was trying to make sure I had like all the skill building items, space for your kids to do homework, you know, desk items, everything you could possibly require. I even wanted to have like some toys and stuff. And I only used the base game in Tiny Living because I figured, one, you sort of need Tiny Living for this to be worthwhile. I mean, if you don't have Tiny Living, this is not don't use this house. Like, you can get a way better house that isn't trying to be like fake rooms. You don't need this one. But if you do have Tiny Living, you can get the skill perks and stuff, because this house is going to make your Sims gain their skills twice as fast, they'll gain relationship twice as fast. I mean, this is just a major bonus to have your Sims live in this house, because they're gonna get so many perks. I mean, with the double skill building, you're gonna get your Sims out so quickly, because like half the problem, I think, is making your Sims get their grades up, but half of that is their skills. So if their skills are up fast, your Sims are gonna make a ton of money. They'll age up fast. I mean, it's a major win on all fronts. And it might be a little bit crowded, but that's okay. I mean, you know, we love our family here. We love to share a very small space with them. And technically, you could expand this as much as you wanted to. I mean, you could make a bunch of fake bedrooms if you wanted, and you could have more beds in here. I just wanted it to still be a somewhat small house, but like, you could make this house significantly bigger, but like, bigger and do the trick that you make it not a full room. And the way I do that, I'm gonna explain it again in like the simplest terms I can muster, because I was showing you guys the split level part before, but you don't need to actually have it be split leveled. You just can't draw a room to complete it. So you'll see me doing it now with the bathrooms. What you have to do is build like 3 out of 4 walls in a room, but you can't draw the 4th wall. You have to like put it down somewhere else and then pick it up and move it into place, and then the game won't close it off as a room. So if you like cheat the system and like fake draw a wall by picking it up and moving it, you can do that for balconies, you can do it for inside rooms, but that way the game won't enclose it as a room and it won't count as tiles. If the game thinks it's a room, like you can click on it and it's a room, then it's too many tiles. But as long as you do that like fake closing of rooms, you can put as many rooms as you want. The floor might look weird, but like, That's okay. I mean, who needs a nice floor? Not us. It works in the rooms that had the wood floor because it didn't look that odd. Like that simple, the cheapest base game wood flooring. It looked kind of like a intentionally made dark gray, but that color, the way that it like messes with the lighting, it looks really weird in any other room. So it works with like this wood floor, but most of the tiles, things like that, all looked very odd in the fake rooms. So I only put carpet and real tile in the rooms that were real rooms. So I made the bedrooms and kitchen real on purpose so the floors wouldn't look weird. Because that's the thing, the only issue is the weird workaround with the flooring. Stupid lighting in this game. The room system is both a blessing and a curse in The Sims 4, I think, because in The Sims 4 you can pick up and move rooms around, you can drag them and stuff, you can really like manipulate the builds very easily with the room system, which was not the case in past Sims games, like we all know. In The Sims 3, building was so hard back then, and it's so much easier now, but like the way that it messes with lighting sometimes, the way the room system tries to like auto detect rooms and sometimes messes up. Like sometimes you could have like weird boxes that aren't technically in the room, but it is, so you need to like redraw the walls over and over again. And this, I'm taking advantage of that by doing it this way. So it works out for us here, but sometimes it can be not a good thing. Which is, you know, again, a blessing and a curse. I think we've all seen this issue the most with like roof clipping, because sometimes when you try to have like an open overhang inside your house, like around the stairs, maybe like a big open 2-story living room, and then you have your roofs all clipping in because you deleted the floor. Yeah, as soon as you mess up with the room system, everything starts clipping, everything goes wrong with the lighting. I mean, it just, it's all bad. Like this floor, the reason it's darker is because the game thinks it's outside. Like it thinks it's outside and covered, so it's like very shaded, but letting in outdoor light, which is why it looks like that. That's why sometimes when you have like a room that is fake open and the game thinks is outdoors, the lighting is like really dark and gray and shadowy. It just kind of breaks sometimes when the game thinks you're outside, and that's what's happening on the floor inside. But we worked around it. I mean, it looks intentional. I just have a nice dark grayish brown wood in my house. And I think it works, honestly. Like, it kind of matches the style. Like, you wouldn't know if I didn't tell you that it wasn't on purpose, you know? It just sucks because I had to put wood in the bathroom, which I didn't really want to do, but, like, all of the tile looked so weird. I mean, you probably saw in the beginning of the video, I was trying to place all of them, because this, like, it makes it this weird muted gray, no matter what floor you put in. Like, the carpets look ridiculous, the tiles look ridiculous, they all just look muted and gray, but, like, in a really bad way. It's like you tried to put, like, a layer of black on top and lowered the opacity, and that's what the color you got was. It looks really bad. So we had to do some workarounds, but no point complaining because it worked out just fine. It just might be hard to expand the house anymore because it has to have that wood floor to make it look okay. I'm sure there are other ones, but I was just using the base game in Tiny Living, so I didn't have that many options. I'm like genuinely considering playing in this house in my baby challenge on YouTube. I don't really want to move into a significantly smaller house, but maybe if I try and use this trick to work around it and get a bigger, smaller house, like if we go again with a bigger budget and we try and make a bigger, small house, maybe my baby challenge could live in a place like this, because then I could get the skill perks. I mean, I think this is the way to go with this challenge, honestly. I think it'd be nice to have another bedroom and like a few more beds, but I was trying to keep it somewhat on a budget. But you could work around that and make a different house with a few more beds, a little bit more space, maybe like an extra computer or something, and you would be so good to go. I think the issue with this place is just like the cheap furniture. I mean, we have like cheap fridges and cheap showers. It's all gonna break and burn down. I mean, you're all gonna die in this house, especially because I put that little like child's chemistry station upstairs. You're actually gonna die. I know from experience that thing is a death trap. The kids with their little green chemistry set, they burn houses down like crazy. It is not safe. Avoid at all costs. I also intentionally didn't put a fire alarm up there. I was trying to save money, but I was also, I'm encouraging fire. You know, technically in this challenge, if your Sims die, they don't count. But like, you know what? In my book, if they die, that's their fault, you know? You still count as a baby. You're still one of us. So, you know what? Maybe the key is to just kill them all. I shouldn't be encouraging death by fire. That's really inappropriate. I'm sorry. Don't kill your teens. I don't know if children can die in fires in The Sims 4. I know they can drown and like freeze to death and stuff, but can kids die in fires in The Sims? I know teens can. I learned that the hard way, but I don't know if children can. The game is kind of sensitive about like death of things like that because it's kind of... It's not good, but you know what? It's The Sims. I don't mean to encourage, I'm not encouraging sim murder. I'm sorry. It's not what it sounds like. Oh god. Backtrack, Kayla, backtrack. You know, the more I think about it, this place really is a fire death trap. I mean, the stove catching on fire. That thing outside catching on fire. There's no thermostat, so you're gonna die by overheating. I mean, you really are just doomed here. I don't know what to tell you. I'm selling this build really well, aren't I? Yeah, download it on the gallery, you guys. Origin ID, lilsimsie. Grab it for yourselves. Please, play in it. I'm serious though, I think that I'm gonna play in this house. I mean, I've been playing this challenge for like 4 years on YouTube, which that sounds bad. That makes me like qualified, but also like, why did it take you 4 years? Are you sure you're qualified? But it's because I'm doing a Let's Play on YouTube, so I record it for like 40 minutes a week, okay? That's why. If I actually tried, I would have gotten through it faster, but I've been trying to make good content, which didn't really work. It's like fine content, but I'll link my baby challenge Let's Play down below. You've been warned though. The first episodes are from when I was 16 years old. I used Alpha CC back then. In my defense, there wasn't really much Maxis Match CC at all. I did have Alpha CC in my game though. Like my founder, she got an alpha hair on. She looked crazy. It was quite the time. So you're gonna go on a ride if you watch this back from the beginning. But there's like 215 episodes. You know, it's nothing. You know, it's really, there's no, oh god. It's embarrassing, honestly. I will finish it though. I'm on baby like 75 or 80 even. I forget how many kids I have. I'm getting there. The end is in sight. I can see it in the distance, and I will finish this challenge. And I'm gonna throw a party when I do or something, because like, no, I don't want to have a party. That was a lie. I'll do something to celebrate the challenge ending, because I've been doing it for so long that like completing it is such a feat. I cannot wait for that day. I'm serious. It will be the best day of my life. It's kind of wild how, you know, a choice you make when you're 16 and a junior in high school can impact your life for so long. Oh my god, do you think that I'm gonna graduate college before I finish this baby challenge? I'm graduating in the spring, like in April. I'm gonna graduate college before I finish the 100 baby challenge. Oh my god, that's horrible. I started it when I was in high school. That makes it seem really bad. I'm aware of that. It does seem really bad. Well, you have to watch it now out of pity for me, right? Okay, well, the build is basically done now. It's on my gallery if you want to download it. I'm curious to see what you guys come up with, because this like method of making a mansion that's also a tiny house, it's very possible for other things too. I mean, not just for this challenge, you can make for other challenges too. Just this one, I feel like for a house that needs so many Sims to make it tiny is kind of funny. But I'm so curious what you can make with this sort of stuff. This pack, Tiny Living, I'm serious, is my favorite pack of all time. I think I can say that wholeheartedly, hands down. It is the best stuff pack. I have had so much fun building with it. I haven't used the other stuff packs this much at all. Like, maybe I'll put a washing machine in my builds, but like, I don't use laundry day that much. The pack is fun, and the items are good. But like, Tiny Living, the cast is amazing, the items are amazing, the actual build functionality is so exciting. I've built so many tiny houses. If you haven't bought this pack yet, I'm serious. This is like a wholehearted 100% 10 out of 10 recommendation from me, because I have had so much fun playing with it. I didn't think I'd like it, but like the more I've been using it, I'm like, wait, this is the best pack the game has made ever. But anyway, I don't need to gush over a Sims pack anymore. I'm gonna go. Please make sure to leave a like and comment and subscribe and do all those fun YouTube things. And in case you guys didn't know, I post new videos every single day, and so I will see you all tomorrow. Bye everybody. And they call lilsimsie negative. I love this one. See? I'm a nice person. I can be nice.